You save $50,000. That's incredible. Top 10% of Americans don't have this much. But right now, you're about to make a mistake that will cost you millions, not thousands, millions. I see this mistake constantly. Smart people, disciplined savers, financially responsible. They hit $50,000 and then completely sabotage their wealth trajectory. They think they're being safe, conservative, responsible, but they're actually destroying their financial future. And the worst part, they have no idea they're making this mistake. Today, I'm going to expose the one massive mistake people make at the $50,000 threshold. I'm going to show you exactly why it's so damaging. And I'm going to give you the correct strategy that turns $50,000 into real wealth. By the end of this video, you'll know whether you're making this mistake right now. And if you are, you'll know exactly how to fix it today. Because here's the truth. $50,000 is the inflection point. Handle it wrong, and you stay middle class forever. Handle it right, and you build multi-million-dollar wealth. Let's make sure you're on the right path. Here's the massive mistake people make at $50,000. They optimize for safety instead of strategic growth. They keep all $50,000 in safe positions, high-yield savings accounts, CDs, money market funds, bonds. They think, I worked so hard for this $50,000. I can't risk losing it. I need to keep it safe. This feels responsible, prudent, conservative, but it's financially devastating. Here's why. At 4 to 5% returns in savings, your $50,000 becomes 10 years, $65,000 to $81,000, 20 years, $110,000 to $133,000, 30 years, $176,000 to $216,000. Sounds good, right? Wrong. Because inflation at 3% means your $50,000 purchasing power becomes 10 years, equivalent to $37,000. Today, 20 years, equivalent to $27,000 today. 30 years, equivalent to $20,000 today. You're losing purchasing power while thinking you're being safe. Your $216,000 in 30 years buys what $89,000 buys today. You gained $166,000 nominally, but lost purchasing power in real terms. This is the illusion of safety. You're not protecting wealth. You're slowly destroying it. Meanwhile, the same $50,000 invested strategically at 10% average returns becomes 10 years, $130,000. 20 years, $336,000. 30 years, $872,000. Even after adjusting for 3% inflation, that's real purchasing power of $362,000 in today's dollars. The difference? Safety mindset, $89,000 real purchasing power. Growth mindset, $362,000 real purchasing power. You gave up $273,000 in real wealth by optimizing for safety. Here's what makes this mistake so insidious. It feels right. Your parents probably told you, save your money, don't risk it, keep it safe. That advice made sense when savings accounts paid 8 to 10% in the 1980s. But in today's 4% savings environment with 3% inflation, safety is a 1% real return. That's not wealth building. That's wealth preservation at best, slow wealth destruction at worst. The people who build real wealth from $50,000 understand safety isn't keeping money in cash. Safety is strategic diversification with calculated growth. Risk isn't investing in growing assets. Risk is not investing in losing to inflation. Let me show you why smart people make this mistake. It's not stupidity, it's psychology. You worked incredibly hard to save $50,000, years of discipline, sacrifice, delayed gratification. Now that you have it, your brain activates loss aversion. Loss aversion is a psychological bias. The pain of losing money feels 2 times stronger than the pleasure of gaining the same amount. Losing $5,000 feels twice as painful as gaining $5,000 feels good. So your brain screams, protect this, don't lose it, keep it safe. This made sense evolutionarily. Our ancestors survived by avoiding catastrophic losses, but it's financially destructive in modern wealth building. Here's a second psychological trap, the endowment effect. You overvalue what you already have. $50,000 in hand feels more valuable than potential $200,000 in 20 years. Your brain discounts future gains and overweights present holdings. This creates paralysis. You won't invest because you can't bear the thought of your $50,000 investment dropping to $40,000 temporarily, even though that same investment will likely become $150,000 long term. The third trap, availability bias. You remember market crashes, 2008, 2020, 2022. These memories are vivid and available, but you don't remember the 90% of years when markets went up. You don't viscerally feel the compound growth over decades. So, crashes feel likely. Growth feels uncertain. This isn't reality. It's psychological bias. The fourth trap, status quo bias. $50,000 in savings is your current state. Moving it feels scary. Doing nothing feels safe. Even though doing nothing guarantees inflation, slowly destroys purchasing power. Your brain prefers familiar danger, inflation, over unfamiliar opportunity, strategic investing. These 4 psychological biases combine to create the $50,000 mistake. You optimize for short-term psychological comfort instead of long-term financial growth. You protect against small temporary losses at the expense of massive permanent gains. You choose the illusion of safety over the reality of wealth building. Here's what you actually do with $50,000. This is the strategic allocation that balances genuine safety with real growth. Tier 1, True Emergency Fund, 20% equals $10,000. Keep $10,000 in high-yield savings. This is 3 to 6 months of bare minimum expenses, not your lifestyle expenses. Survival expenses. This is genuine safety, accessible immediately. This $10,000 handles job loss, medical emergency, car breakdown, urgent home repair, real emergencies. Not, I want to buy something. Not, investment opportunity appeared. Only true emergencies. This 20% gives you psychological safety and practical protection. Tier 2, Core Growth Portfolio, 60% equals $30,000. This is your wealth building engine. $30,000 allocated across diversified investments. 70% stocks, $21,000 in broad index funds, VTI, VO, VXS. 20% bonds, $6,000 in bond funds, BND, AGG for stability. 10% alternatives, $3,000 in REIT or commodities for diversification. This allocation historically returns 8 to 10% annually. It's diversified across thousands of companies. It has weathered every crash and recovered. It's not speculation. It's systematic wealth building. Yes, it will fluctuate. It might drop 20 to 30% in bad years, but over 10 to 20 to 30 years, it consistently grows wealth. This is where real wealth comes from. Tier 3, accelerated growth, 15% equals $7,500. This is your higher growth allocation. More aggressive positions for accelerated returns. Individual stocks you've researched deeply, 3 to 5 high conviction positions. Growth ETFs, QQQQ, QQQ, VUG, ARKK types. Small cap or international growth. Sector bets based on research. This tier aims for 12 to 20% returns. Higher risk, higher reward, but limited to 15% of total capital. If this entire tier went to zero, you'd still have 85% of your wealth intact. But if it performs, it accelerates your overall returns significantly. Tier 4, asymmetric opportunities, 5% equals $2,500. Your highest risk, highest reward capital. Limited downside, unlimited upside potential. Start or invest in business. Angel investments, speculative positions with 10x plus potential. Real estate partnerships. This tier might lose 100%. That's acceptable. It's 5% of your capital. But if one position succeeds, it can generate returns that exceed your entire portfolio growth. This is billionaire allocation strategy at your scale. The complete $50,000 allocation, emergency fund $10,000 safety, core growth $30,000 wealth building, accelerated growth $7,500 enhanced returns, asymmetric opportunities $2,500, potential moonshots. This allocation protects you 20% in 20 years cash, while building real wealth, 80% invested strategically. You're not gambling with your $50,000. You're not being reckless. You're being strategically aggressive in a risk-managed way. Let me show you the math on what each strategy produces. Mistake strategy. 100% in savings at 4% after 30 years. $162,000 nominal, $67,000 in today's purchasing power. Correct strategy. The allocation framework. Emergency fund, $10,000 at 4%. $32,000. Core growth, $30,000 at 9%, $398,000. Accelerated growth, $7,500 at 15%, $122,000. Asymmetric, conservative, $2,500 at 0%, $0. Total, $552,000 nominal, $229,000 in today's purchasing power. The difference, $162,000 purchasing power lost from the safety mistake. But here's the realistic scenario with one asymmetric success. Same as above, but one $2,500 asymmetric bet returns 10 times, $25,000. New total, $577,000 nominal, $239,000 in today's purchasing power. And here's the aggressive scenario. Core growth underperforms at 8%, $302,000. Accelerated growth outperforms at 20%, $237,000. One asymmetric position returns 50 times, $125,000. Total, $696,000. Nominal, 200 a year, $89,000 in today's purchasing power. The range of outcomes with strategic allocation. Conservative, $229,000 real purchasing power. Realistic, $239,000 to $289,000 real purchasing power. Optimistic, $350,000 plus real purchasing power. The outcome with safety mistake, guaranteed, $67,000 real purchasing power. You're giving up $162,000 to $283,000 in real wealth by optimizing for safety. That's the cost of the mistake. But here's the real kicker. This analysis assumes you never add another dollar to the $50,000. In reality, you're earning income and saving more. If you add just $500 per month to your investments, safety strategy, 4% returns, plus $500 per month, $394,000 in 30 years, $164,000 real. Strategic allocation, 9% average, plus $500 per month, $1,021,000 in 30 years, $424,000 real. The difference grows to $260,000 in real purchasing power. The safety mistake doesn't just cost you growth on $50,000. It costs you growth on every dollar you save for the next 30 years, because the mindset that keeps $50,000 in savings keeps all your money in savings. That's the real cost. It's not the $50,000 mistake. It's the 30-year mistake. If you're making this mistake right now, here's how to fix it. Step 1. Acknowledge the real risk. Day 1. The real risk isn't market volatility. The real risk is inflation destroying your purchasing power. The real risk is staying middle class when you could build wealth. The real risk is reaching retirement with $200,000 instead of $1 million because you were safe. Write this down. Safety is not keeping money in cash. Safety is strategic diversification. Step 2. Calculate your true emergency needs, day 1 to 2. Most people overestimate emergency fund needs. Calculate bare minimum monthly expenses: rent, mortgage, utilities, food, insurance, debt payments. Multiply by 3 to 6 months. That's probably $8,000 to $15,000, not $50,000. Everything above that threshold should be invested. Step 3. Set up the allocation. Week 1. Open investment accounts if you don't have them. Vanguard, Fidelity, or Schwab. Implement the allocation framework. Transfer appropriate amount to emergency savings, 20%. Invest core growth allocation in index funds, 60%. Set up accelerated growth positions, 15%. Reserve asymmetric capital for opportunities, 5%. Do this in 1 week, not someday, this week. Step 4. Automate rebalancing, week 2. Set up automatic monthly investments from future income. Set annual rebalancing reminders. Most platforms do this automatically. Remove the temptation to tinker constantly. Let the system work. Step 5. Commit to the time frame ongoing. This strategy works over 10 to 20 to 30 years, not 1 to 2 years. You will see your $50,000 drop to $40,000 temporarily, maybe multiple times. That's normal. That's expected. That's part of the process. The people who panic and sell during drops lose. The people who hold through volatility win. Commit to the long-term time frame. Write it down. I will not sell during market drops. I will hold for 20 plus years. Sign it. Date it. Refer to it when panic hits. Handling the psychological resistance. Your brain will resist this. What if there's a crash next week? Then you'll buy more at lower prices. That's good. What if I lose money? Over 20 plus years, this allocation has never produced negative real returns. History is your evidence. What if I need the money? That's why 20% is in emergency savings. The rest you don't need for 20 plus years. The wealthy got wealthy by doing what feels uncomfortable. Strategic allocation feels uncomfortable at first, but it produces real wealth. Safety feels comfortable, but it guarantees mediocrity. Choose discomfort with millions or comfort with thousands. The choice is yours, but make it today, not next month, today. Your $50,000 is sitting there right now making you 1% real returns. Every day you delay is another day of lost growth. Every week is another week of inflation erosion. Stop making the safety mistake. Start building real wealth. Execute the allocation framework this week. That's how you turn $50,000 into millions